Yeah? Right? NanoCon! Yeah! But I gotta go up the stairs to my legs. Okay. Just need some energy in this room, right? Okay. I have to publicly acknowledge that Mark's Nano 101 talk was better than the ones that I've done in the past. And in fact, there were 4 or 5 people that came up to me and said, hey, his is better than yours. So, I don't want to do it in person with Mark. I'd rather do it with you guys, with friends. So, I just acknowledge that. Okay, I'm going to talk about, and the economy team, we're going to talk about nanotechnology as a tool. We're all going to come at this from a little bit different angle, each of us. And as we talk about this stuff, if you have questions, if you have ideas, things you want to talk about, the roundtable discussions this afternoon are a perfect opportunity to pull one of us aside and ask us specific questions about your crops, about your area, about things that you want to try or have tried. I'm going to talk about using the best tools for the job. Okay, so I've got NanoN Plus and Nano Pro up here right now. These are great tools. But what job do they do? And what tool are they? So let's back up a little bit. Say you want to build a little ranch operation, right? Something, I don't know, something like this. Just a small operation. And you got to do some framing. Close your eyes, picture yourself, get the tools together. You have to do the framing. How many of you done any kind of framing? Yeah, lots of you, okay. When your eyes are closed, you're picturing a nail gun you're going to buy. Is it a Ryobi? As a hammer? There you go. Old school, right? Okay. Probably not a Ryobi, right? Good for little jobs, maybe not good for big jobs. What's a good nail gun that maybe you would, what's a good brand?
Pass load. Pass load. Pass load.
Pass load. Okay. Good one. Good one. I chose Bostitch. When I helped my friend in high school frame his house, his parents' house, his dad said, it has to be Bostitch. We didn't use a lot of hammers. Okay, so if you've got a nail gun, which one of these jobs is a nail gun going to do? Nail gun's great. Say we got a great brand. Is it going to help you with your plumbing? Obviously not, right? Is it going to help you with the mud job on your drywall? I don't know, maybe. Maybe. But yeah, it's the framing, right? It's the framing. Hammers and nails, or nails and wood. Okay? Which fastener are we going to use here? I got a whole box of nails. Is this going to help me? No, these are great. You got your hammers back up. These are great. These going to help me? Obviously not, right? Okay, so the point I'm making here is nuts and bolts are great when you need a nut and a bolt. Loose nails are great when you need a loose nail. But if you're going to pair a nail gun, you need the right nails. So, next, how do you measure the success? Do you blame this job on the nail gun? Is it the nail gun's fault? That the railing is in front of the door that opens outward? You can't even jump the rail? Can't climb under the rail? No, it's not, obviously. So, I'm bringing this up because I want to frame this discussion about nanotechnology. We have some misconceptions about it occasionally. We have people that try things, and sometimes I'll say, I don't think that's going to work, but go for it. And then sometimes I say, don't do that. That's a bad idea. Okay, so how do I improve my bottom line using a nail gun? guess what I'm thinking, right? This is one of those, guess what I'm thinking. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. If you're using a nail gun instead of a hammer and a nail, you can do a lot more work, right? You do a whole subdivision in the time that you're with a hammer and nail. Well, I've seen some guys that are pretty good with hammer and nail. But yeah, that's how you improve your bottom line. That's the use of the tool. That's how it gets you in. Okay, let's talk nano now. Now that we framed our little ranch operation, let's talk farming. Anybody know anything about farming? Okay. What should our nano liquid do? Is it for grooming cats? No. I couldn't find a lot of good images. So probably not. No sandblasting. But yeah, it's what Mark just talked about. It's the absorption, the uptake of liquid products, right? You add the nanoliquid technology to liquid products. Okay, so which one of these products would I pair NanoPro with? My gasoline? I should have put beer up here. That beer would help us. No, not the gasoline, obviously. Not your gypsum, right? You want to pair it with some kind of pesticide, something that is soluble, something that goes into liquid. You're going to pair the NanoPro with something that you need to get into the plant cell. And that's the point. That's the nanotechnology. Get it into the plant cell. Okay? One more. Which one should I pair my Nano N Plus with? My 1034O, 32O, what potassium acetate, which one? All of them. All of them, yeah. A lot of people ask me when they were looking at my slides, because they always have to vet my slides. They take a lot of stuff out. I don't know why. Has anybody heard of generic fertilizer? You've heard of generic fertilizer? You know it's spelled wrong, right? It's generic fertilizer, right? That's what I mean. Okay, yeah, so Nano N Plus can go with all liquid fertilizers. And of course that might be a little counterintuitive because we talked about it as an addition to nitrogen in the past. Okay, so this is the main thrust, this is the meat of what I want to talk about here. But I wanted to frame it right just so we made sure we were all on the same page. How should I measure the success of aqua-yield nanoliquids? I've been working on this question since 2014 with Clark and Warren and Mike, and we had a lot of missteps in the past. We had a lot of back up, look at it again, try and figure out what we're doing. So let me put this out there. Let's say I add a imidacloprid, a NanoPro with imidacloprid. What should be my metric for success? How should I know if I'm succeeding? Somebody throw something out there.
Parts per million.
Louder.
Parts per million.
Parts per million. There you go. You can pull a tissue sample and you can send it off to the lab. Because what we do is we get stuff into the plant. Now what's the next metric? What do we hope happens since we've got more in the tissue?
Increased yield.
Increased yield. Why?
Reduced pest pressure.
Reduced pest pressure, right? See how that works? Gosh, I didn't plant these guys. They're just really smart people out here. So, Tri-Yield, and Parker Brown was our first answer there. Tri-Yield has had tremendous success going out and pulling tissue samples on some of these active ingredients and saying, look, we have elevated levels. We got more in the plant. Now we'll come back later and we'll say, oh, is there reduced pest pressure? We'll come back even later and we'll say, is there higher yield? All of those things should happen if you get more in the plant. And that's a lot easier with your active ingredients. And we often recommend that people start with NanoPro and active ingredients because you can count on those active ingredients. They're consistent. Now, let's talk about Nano N Plus. You pair it with something in your pre-plant. And what should your metric for success be there? Somebody, come on. Emergence, better emergence. Yeah?
Germination.
Right, germination. Yeah. What do we hope happens? Better yield, right? Nutrient levels are up, right? It's the same progression. We hope that we're going to get more in the plant. We hope that that's going to show in the emergence. And we hope that it's going to end up better yield. The reason I talk about these three things, the reason that I planted these three people, Josh has paid them a lot. The reason that I want to talk about these three things is because if you're measuring all along the way, if you show better emergence, if you show more in the tissue and it doesn't come out in yield, your grower is still going to go, well, it works. Maybe I need to retool a little bit. Maybe I need to look at my grow plant and make a few changes, but it works. It did what they said it's going to do. And let me go to the next slide. So ultimately, how do I increase my bottom line with nanoliquid products? Now, there are a lot of different crops represented out here. A lot of people servicing a lot of very diverse things. There's also a lot of similarities, and that's part of the reason we like bringing you guys together. How many of you are servicing some potato growers or a potato grower? Okay? I see somebody from the Midwest or the Great Plains. I see Floridians. I see people in the upper Midwest. Texas, right? Mexico. That's part of why we bring you here together, because you have these playbooks. You're starting to learn things, and you can share that with each other, and we can grow together. Okay, so how do I increase my bottom line? We got to use nanoliquids for the right job. We've got to always anchor ourselves in. What does the nanotechnology do? It increases absorption. It makes things, it improves uptake. We want to pair them with the right products. And we want to know where to measure success. Those are the three things. So if you use the nanoliquids correctly, you're going to increase your bottom line. Now, what I wanted to do here was frame the next two presenters, who are Dan Adamson and Joe Flum. They're going to come at it each from a different angle. But what we're trying to do everywhere we go is put together playbooks. Dan's going to show you some really good playbooks where things worked and where some things didn't work. Joe's going to talk about it a little bit higher level. And then we're going to have the breakout sessions or the roundtable sessions, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to sit down with you and we're going to talk playbook. We're going to talk about how do you prove to somebody this is working. Because in the however many years since 2014 that I started doing this, about halfway into this process, somebody pulled me aside and said, how often does this work? How often do you think this, how consistent is this nanotechnology? And at that point, we had done hundreds of experiments. We had a greenhouse where we were churning year-round 5 experiments a week. And my answer was, it works 99% of the time. It works 99% of the time. It works virtually every time we use it. And when somebody comes away with bad taste in the mouth, or something didn't turn out quite right, it's often because we didn't know how to measure success. We often do this. We often put it in a pop-up, and then we come back at the end of the season, and we say, did I improve yield? Dang, okay. I can't talk to that grower for a couple of years. I got to walk away and just leave it. This does require a little bit of handling. There's a lot of decisions between planting and harvest that affect whether or not that nanotechnology is going to show in the yield in the end. Okay, so I wanted to keep this short because Dan and Joe have some really good stuff. I just wanted to, I made a couple of lists, or a couple of lists, I made a list with a couple of things on it. I just want you to look around the room. How many of you service pecans? Raise, keep them up. Higher, come on. Elbows aren't that bad. Mitchell. Okay, look around the room. Look at who else is raising their hand with pecans. You guys aren't looking around the room. Okay. Citrus. Raise your hand if you service citrus. Raise your hand high. Look around the room. Don't look at me. Look around the room. Okay, find these people. Talk to these people about how they grow. This is a great opportunity for collaboration. Okay, a couple more. Strawberry. How many people are growing strawberries? You guys are looking around the room. Look at me. Okay, one more. What should I choose? Something. Blueberries. These are very diverse regions. I hope you're looking around the room. Don't look at me. Okay. I know everybody does corner beets. Everybody does. So I'm not going to make you raise your hand. We're gonna bring up Dan Adamson next, and he's going to talk about some in the field uses of nanotechnology. And I hope there are a lot of questions because at the roundtables we're going to answer those questions. Thanks, guys.